Hi, I'm Sue Watson, and I am one of the elite team members for Wahl Clipper. And this big handsome boy is Winston. He belongs to Brooke Pearson, a quality auditor here at Wahl Clipper. As you can see, he's had a bath. He's nice and white, which he was not when he came in. But he's nice and white, and he's dry. But you can see he's got some scraggly, some uneven hair here and there. And we want to neaten that all up. It's really not a full haircut, but getting rid of all this dry, brittle coat will actually make his hair look better. He'll stay cleaner longer because all of this is not going to attract dirt when he goes outside in his yard. Instead of having to do all the scissor work to get this off, which would take quite a bit of time, I'm going to show you how to use your 5-in-1 clipper, and you're going to be able to skim a lot of this coat into shape so that we can get rid of the dry, brittle ends and just give it more shape so that he looks cleaner and neater, and all these flyaways won't be sticking out all the time. And yeah, so we're gonna get going with that. All right, so I have my Chromato clipper and I have it set on a 30. And what you wanna be careful of is that your dog can stay still enough so that at some point you don't go down to the skin and actually make a hole. So if you're very careful and you pay attention to your dog, you should know whether he's going to move or sit at any given time. I like to keep my hand on the bottom of his leg so that I can tell if he's trying to move. You can feel the muscles start to tense or relax. So that's your giveaway that he's gonna try and do something. So we're gonna turn this on. And what I'm gonna start doing is just hitting these long frayed ends and shaping the coat as I go. And as I said, if we were to scissor this actually could take quite a bit of time. We're gonna stop here at the hock, and we're just gonna kind of shape it, give it a nice angle so it follows the shape of the leg right to the back of the hock. Neaten up that whole edge. It's okay. There you go, big boy. You're gonna need to keep your comb handy, and it's easier if they don't step on it, but if they do, just pull it out. Keep combing your coat to the side. All the rear pants should come to the outside of the leg, and then you're just gonna skim where you need to, just to shape. You can go all along the knee and take off all those brittle hairs. You can stand to the side, comb all this out again, and all this dead hair we're gonna shape. Now he's getting tired, he's a big boy, and it takes a lot of energy for our bath and dry, so by the time we get to trim work, he's already pretty tired. So if we can get it done quicker, that's to our advantage. We don't want to make any clipper holes or lines, so we want to be careful that we're keeping our clipper level and just skimming off what we don't need. Just a nice even movement. That way we know what we're doing. It's okay, big guy, it's okay. And we don't want to go into any of the short points. Those are already short. We're just gonna blend this longer stuff so that it doesn't look so frizzy on top of that. And it's hard with these big guys because they do get tired quickly. And we're just checking for those wayward hairs, and we're just skimming to neaten. But you see already how this leg is taking shape, and we've got this all smoothed down. And even if he were to shake out once he's off the table, it's just gonna stay together better. He won't have all these flyaways. So now we need to comb up the back part of the pants. And you see how easy the comb goes through? We got out all his undercoat, which is so important. That's one of the big reasons why clients come in, because they want the undercoat taken out so it stops shedding in the house. So we're gonna just comb this up. All right, so now that we've got him standing, we're just gonna skim to shape. It's okay. And we're gonna come to the inside of the leg as well. And we're gonna get that long stuff off there. So once the hair is combed out, you're just gonna skim that edge. And like I said, just be prepared for the dog to move so that you don't cut off hair that you actually need. Good job. And we're just shaping as we're going. But if we were to scissor this, it would take us 3 times longer to get that all scissored in. And we're gonna comb the inside of the leg out so we can finish shaping it. Because with the friction of the rear legs, all this is gonna get knotted anyway. So if we just skim it, get rid of those flyaway hairs, it's gonna tangle less. And he's just gonna look so much better. Good boy. Once he stands, then you can reshape just to get that nice rounded shape. Good boy. Check with your comb, see what you've got going on. And we see we can take a little more off the top right here. And we're just gonna skim that off. Stay. Stay, stay, stay. Good boy. I know. Now we can move down into the hock. Comb that up. We're not gonna do anything to the foot yet because we'll take care of that later. But we can even skim the hock area. It's hard holding the tail out of the way and holding the leg too, but we're making it happen. Now generally you wouldn't hold your clipper at this angle if you were doing regular clipping, but because we're skimming, we can skim this way to shape. Good job. We'll shape it, and then we can just go in and tidy. There we go. It's okay, it's okay. So you can even shape the hock and save yourself some scissoring time. So we're gonna move to the middle. We're gonna comb this down, and all this clear hair, we're just gonna angle our clipper and flick the hair to shape. We're even gonna cut a nice little tuck up so he has a little bit of shape to him. Shape the rest of the rear leg. Let me move on this side so I can see. It's okay. You do a good boy. And this saves us from having to scissor. And you can see structurally he's got a couple of issues. He's really trying to be the best boy though. He wants to please us. So he's really trying to stand and do what he needs to do. And we're just gonna hit these little ends that are sticking out. just to shape. But see how much better everything looks? It's tidy, it's nice and neat. We're gonna comb out the spot right here, behind the shoulder. And we're gonna skim that as well. But you know yourself, when you trim up these kinds of dogs, it is very time consuming. You still have to do the same amount of combing, but that's okay. It just checks our coat for undercoat or little pockets of a knot or whatever that is there. So it's just prepping the coat even that much better. And then comb out the front leg the same way. And we're just gonna come down. We're gonna go a little tighter down here at the back of the front leg. When it's wet outside, all that extra hair wicks more moisture up into the rest of the coat. So getting that trimmed in so that you're not gonna have that happen works out nice for the family. It's okay. It's okay. He gets a little jumpy down by the feet, but we're getting it. It's okay. And we're gonna come right around to the chest. But you can see all these dead wispy hairs here. He wears a harness, so this all gets broken. Okay, so we wanna blend all these long frizzy hairs in here. He wears a harness when he's at home. Good boy. And I can round that in between the front legs to a pretty little finish. We're gonna check our work. It's okay. Comb it out, and it looks pretty tidy. You see a couple of little hairs on the side here. Now, he doesn't like being controlled, which I get it. He's a big boy. He thinks he can take care of himself, and he doesn't need me to do it for him, but that's all right. Huh, there you go. See how quick and easy that goes, and tidier this all looks now that we get it trimmed in. When we comb this elbow out, we see a little bit more we can get. Sometimes catching it on a different angle lets us see different things. So checking over your dog is really helpful. Neaten up that line. Get that little edge and neaten up. So that's skimming on the one side, and we'll come back and get the feet done. Okay, so I've switched to my KMC Plus with a 4F blade to do his feet. You can see he's got all this wayward hair growing up between his toes, and that's normal. But instead of scissoring, I can use a 4 blade to take all this long hair off and blend his foot. You start right at the front toe and just come up. You don't have to put super hard pressure, but enough pressure to make sure you're making your cuts the way you want them. It's okay. It's okay. He's touchy about his feet, so he's not sure if he likes all this done. If I need to fix up into the leg, I can do that as well. And I'm gonna have very little fixing up to do on this foot. We have a little bit on the sides, but at least the overall bulk of the hair is gone. And we're gonna do the same to the front foot. We're gonna comb this hair up, and we're gonna hold his foot because he's not a lover of it. It's okay. And we're gonna skim all that hair off. And again, this is so much faster than having to scissor or use thinning shears. It's okay. And you don't want to stress him out any more than you have to. It needs to get done, but he's not particularly happy about it. And once we get the shape, then we can stop and we can fine-tune with our scissors. All right, we did clipper the foot with 4F blade, but there's just a couple of little hairs we need to get, especially because a Great Pyrenees has a double dew claw in the rear. You cannot clip over this. You will have an issue. The skin in between sags, and I wouldn't want to pinch it with the clipper. So using my scissor, I have more control. So I just pull the hair up from around the nail and I trim. And I don't leave it long because, again, when he goes outside, if his feet get wet, it's gonna help the moisture wick up into the leg, and it's actually gonna cause more problems with the leg. And now that we've got that part, I want all the hair that's touching that big black pad trimmed up on an angle. It's okay, it's okay. Good job, big boy. Make sure there's no long hairs down between the toes. Now I can put the foot down, comb it up, and just make sure it's blending at the bottom. Good job. And I wrap it around into what I did over here by the double dew claws, so it gives that nice finished look. And it's nice and tidy. They are supposed to have hock hair. The general rule of thumb is you trim half of what they have off, just to keep it neat and keep it from matting. But it is there for a purpose. It does protect the leg better, so it's better to leave it than cut it all the way off. We're gonna move to the front foot. We're gonna comb up, and anything the clipper missed, these sticky outies, we're gonna get those trimmed in. Now, we skimmed the back of the front leg, but we have one little section that he wouldn't let us get, again, right here by the big pad. So we're gonna trim that. It's okay. His feet are very, very ticklish. Any long hairs in between the bottom of the toes, pull those through. All that will wick more moisture, so you want to make sure you're getting those. It's okay. I think these dogs go to the gym and work out because he's very strong. I'm going to trim that to blend up into the front leg furnishing. There you go, big boy. When he thinks I'm done with him, he stands up instantly because he figures, oh, she's done. And that's a pretty little finish on that leg. I just make sure it's well-rounded. And a good rule of thumb is that pastern knob that's on the back. So if you just round from that point down, it'll help keep the bottom of the legs drier along with the feet. So it's helpful to the pet owner. Now we still have his ears to trim. A lot of pet owners don't do this, but because he's here, he's gonna get it done because it looks so much better. We're gonna go back to our KMC Plus in our 4F blade, and we're gonna hold on to the ear, and we're just following the shape of the ear. Never run your clipper along the edge. That's how you nick an ear. But you do want to come off the end, and this little fringe that's right off the edge of the ear, we're gonna trim with our scissors, right off into your finger. If you keep your finger under the ear and roll the ear along with your finger, you'll never nick an ear, ever. But already you can see such a difference in this ear. and how it helps shape the head better. We can see just a little spot we're gonna fix here. So come up from the top and blend. This way we don't have to thinning shear over the top of the ear. We can just do everything with our 4F blade. It just makes it quicker. We are gonna grab our shears. We're gonna hold the ear up, and all this fringy stuff that doesn't come off with the clipper, we're gonna neaten and tidy. Along with the front edge of the ear. It's okay, bud. Good job. He's not used to having this done, so this feels strange to him. And they should have a lot of hair head, so that we're not gonna touch. But if we need to fluff this up and just tidy this edge right here. All right, so if you look at both ears, you have this one that's all hairy and scraggly, and now you have this neat trimmed ear that looks so much better, and it just gives a much neater finish. All right, let's hook him up here. We don't want him to get any ideas. And now we're gonna finish up on the other side. All right, this is Winston. He had a contour trim. Everything's been neatened up and got away all those flyaway hairs. We don't do any trimming to the head. That is left natural. So we don't do anything to that other than the ears on the side. And that's our Great Pyrenees. I think his mom, Brooke's gonna be very happy.